Hi everyone. Yeah, it's good to be here again. Welcome to my channel. Today we have a very tangible topic. A topic that almost all parents usually make mistakes of they usually make that mistakes. So that's the topic we want to treat today. Almost all parents usually make the mistake of doing this particular thing, and actually it's something people need to outgrow. It's something parents need to unlearn. It's something parents need to relearn. So as you all know, in my channel I talk about children, I talk about parental tips, I talk about what and what to do while grooming a healthy child, so as not to affect those children later in life, especially in adulthood. Because while we were growing, we discover some certain things in our own upbringing which we're not able to identify. Then we're not able to identify what went wrong. We're not able to know what is it that is going wrong. We can't even place a word to it because we are children. But based on the fact that our parents have it as a means of their own training or parenting skills, they actually affected us. Those skills actually affected us while growing up. Because I know most adults actually has a lot of trauma going on within them, but they can't place what to it, they can't identify it. But there are a lot of examples, a lot of things going on within their emotions, within their inner self. Because trauma, it's not something that happened physically to you. It is the inner wound that actually something that went wrong inside of you, the inner wound. Just like you have a particular wound on your leg, you see it on the leg, and you actually you take care of it, and you nurse it, you nurture it till it is healed. The same way is this traumatized incidents or traumatized experiences. If they are not well trained, well healed, or well understand, you might not be able to heal from it. So that's why we are here today, to make parents understand what and what not to do, and what to do, based on the fact that I was just a child and I knew some certain things that was done while I was growing up, and it's actually affecting me right now. This is the reason why I picked this niche in talking to parents about how to groom children, healthy adults, because obviously the children you are grooming today will become an adult one in the next future. In fact, not something too far, they are going to become adults. And I always mention it that as much as they are going to become adults, they will always meet up to children that are being well trained, children that are not trained by unresolved traumatized parents, children that are trained by healed parents, or children that are not passed their traumatized incident or activities are not passed down to them. So they will always meet up to them. And in the world of these days, we are in a world whereby your children or your words are powerful. The words of your children are powerful. The words of you yourself are powerful. What do I mean? In the sense that words are powerful, in the sense that children will always be wanting to talk. They need to sell themselves. They need to speak out. They need to talk. They need to place themselves on a particular category to meet up to that standard of the society. Because we are now in a technology era, and everything is going into social media. You want to sell, you want to buy, you want to go for interviews, people attend interviews online, people do all sorts online. So this era, you cannot jeopardize your children not being confident enough to talk in the presence of people. You cannot jeopardize your children not being able to stand where others are standing. You cannot jeopardize where Your children are supposed to speak and say yes, why, or say no when they're supposed to say no. Because while growing up, we know that there are sometimes. Give it to him. Give it to him. Chocolate. Go and give him chocolate there. So go and give him chocolate. So your children you should not jeopardize your children not being able to have that confidence. That's why we are here to relearn, unlearn, and understand some certain things. So let me go for today. The topic for today will be comparison of children to each other. Why do parents compare children to each other? Why do parents compare children to each other? Is it a good thing? Is it something that is supposed to be done by parents? Are parents supposed to be comparing children to each other? What are the effects? What are the psychological effects? What are the physical effects? What are the effects that goes wrong in the emotions and in everything about that child that is being compared? This is what we want to talk about today. So I would like to welcome everyone. Thanks for joining. I can see Branch Story School. Dr. Ish, thank you for joining. You're welcome, everyone. Please say hi on the comment section so I can identify you. Thank you very much. Thanks for joining. So I will not stay long, but within a few minutes we are going to get something to impact ourselves. If you're not a parent now, definitely you will be you are a prospective parent. You're going to be a parent someday. So these are things that we need to learn. These are things that we need to know, that children are not meant to be compared to each other. While growing up, we usually see this particular activity, this particular way of training children. Then you see parents say, oh, can't you see the way so and so is behaving? Why are you always behaving like this? Why are you not doing this? Why can't you do things the way so parent, the way so child is doing as? Why are you always making your own this way? Now, one thing parents need to know is children are different, and every child has their own unique strengths. Every child has their own unique way of doing things, their own characters, their habits. So it's definitely going to be different from your first child and your second child. Even your third child will be different from your last child. So that's the way it is. Talk more of comparing that child to the next parent, maybe another child from next parent. So these are things that parents need to they need to get out of their instincts. So comparison is the most quiet or the most easiest way for parents to destroy the self-esteem of a child. It is the most easiest way. You don't even need to do anything else. Just start comparing that child. Once you constantly compare a child every time, and you keep comparing him, that you're not doing this thing the way so and so is doing it, you're not doing this the way that is doing it, even can't you see the way your brother is doing his or her own? That child, you are killing their self-esteem. You are killing the morale inside them. The way the child will reason to it or listen to that word is that I am not good enough. What the child will hear is that I am not worthy of being a good child. I am not a good child. The child is not seeing the correction you are trying to get in that thing. And besides, that is not a corrective statement. Comparing someone with somebody, even as an adult, we know that you can't behave the way Mr. A is behaving. Mr. B can't behave the way Mr. A is behaving. Everyone has their own unique behaviors, unique strengths, unique abilities. So that's why I said children are just like stars. They have their unique, different ways. Some stars in the sky, they tend to bright out. Some sky are kind of a little bit dimmed, but that does not make star. They are stars, but their strength is just different. The one with the brighter light and the one with the medium light. So also applies to the children. When you start comparing them to each other, you compare children A or a child to another child, that child tends to start feeling that I'm not good enough, maybe I'm not worthy, maybe I'm not somebody that is a good person, and you now start hearing the word, the child start feeling this self-esteem, low self-esteem. These are the effects now. The effects are, it starts getting into their emotions, it affects them psychologically, and it makes them start having low self-esteem. They begin to doubt their own self-worth. They doubt their self-worth. Maybe I'm not good enough. maybe I'm not worthy of this. Maybe that child is good at drawing and the child is not good at reading or mathematics. Then you're comparing that child to another child that is good at mathematics without you identifying the strength of that child that is good in drawing. Do you understand? Nowadays, drawings and every other things are making more money as well. Everybody has a hidden talent or something inside of them that has been placed there by creator himself that has to be brought out. You can't compare them or compel them to always know this just the way somebody else is knowing it. The way the person is going to get their own success might be different from the way your own child will get their own success. So the effects are very large because comparison kills a particular substance in them. And that substance is something that will give them confidence, something that will make them stand out in the real world itself, something that will make them own their own voice. So it starts making them, now when you compare them too much with someone else, then they will start seeking for validations. They start seeking for validations of this thing, am I good at it? This thing, am I worthy of it? They start asking questions. If they don't get validated or something, nobody appreciates what they are doing at that very moment, you see them drawing back. They tend to withdraw back and say they are not good enough. They quickly give up on things because the inner critics of you as a parent has destroyed their emotional strength. It has destroyed their emotional strength and is affecting them psychologically. So one thing parents need to know is, no matter what you do to a child, either good or bad, if you train a child in a good way or in a bad way, you are totally affecting their psychological strength and their emotional being as well. And this is what trauma is being called. This is what we call trauma. So if you do it the right way, you are actually grooming their strength, emotional strength, you are grooming their psychological strength. If you do it the other side, you are killing them, you are destroying something in them. And that's why you see adults, some adults will not be able to face crowd to talk. Yes, I was actually I'm kind of person that I don't know how to talk mostly in crowd until I begin to go deeper into training myself and identify. What do you want? What do you want? Go and give him something in the fridge. He has a juice there. Give him the juice. So these are things we need to identify as parents. Let's not destroy, let's not kill their morale, let's not kill their self-esteem, because children that their self-esteem is destroyed can become adults that no longer knows how to even stand where they are supposed to be standing. They no longer know how to say yes when they are supposed to say yes. They tend to seek for validation from outside. They seek for validation from people. They seek for validation from everywhere because they already have it in their mindset that they are not good enough. They have it in their mindset that they are not good enough. So what are the other things that it affects? Children comparison also affects them in the sense that it turns them to become rebellious. Some children might not withdraw back, just like in the first point I said, that some children will withdraw back and not be able to face crowd or do things they're supposed to be doing. Some children might turn totally rebellious in the sense that, then what else? If I'm not good at it, I'm not good at it. Then you see them constantly misbehaving. Thank God they already said I'm not good at it, so they quickly shut everything about being good. They shut it off. They don't want to be good and they don't want to be tagged good again. They begin to do the negative things, begin to do the bad things, since you have tagged them as they are not good enough, because that is what they will hear. Mention the word, you're not doing it the way you're supposed to, this other person is doing it. They hear the word as I am not good enough, and that particular child can turn rebellious, which is making that child go more worse. Then you see them misbehaving. I watch a movie on Netflix, like the name of the movie I think is like Stars on Earth. Like Stars on Earth. That particular child is a child that has dyslexia. Dyslexia, I don't know if anyone know what dyslexia means. Dyslexia is a particular psychological effect in a child that a child cannot identify letters, cannot identify some certain things the right way every other human can identify it. that particular child cannot identify things, cannot identify letters, cannot identify numbers. If everyone is facing their B this way, the child is facing the B the other way. So this particular thing is a neurological effect. It's not something that the child wish to do that way. So until nobody knew about it, and they kept mounting pressure on that child to write, to learn how to read, to learn how to write, but the child could not. He always write everything opposite, just like you are writing something backward. So this particular child I'm talking about is also very, very good and vast in drawing. There is nothing he can't draw. He has a very large imaginative perspective. He has a drawing book. He has so many things. He's very good with colors. He can identify things. He can identify colors. He can do all sorts related to using his hands to draw. He is very perfect. But the parents, on the other hand, want him to be like his elder siblings, which is the elder one. That one is very good in science subjects and everything related to studying. They want him to also be that way, but the reverse is the case, because the child is having dyslexia. So they had to now force him and take him to boarding school, that since you are not going to learn easily, we would force you to learn. Because anytime they ask the child to learn, the child will always turn rebellious, fight, tear his books, and does all sorts, because he's trying to hide the fact that he can't write and he can't even identify letters. They don't even know. The parents don't even know. Now one point parents need to know is you must identify the problem of your child. They kept beating this child, repeating this child. They repeating from primary 1 to primary 1 for almost 5 years. It kept going to the same class, and the parents are not even cognizant. They're not taking cognizance of the effect, or what it is, that particular thing that is affecting the child, that is making that child still in that point not being able to identify words and alphabets. So until they now took the child to boarding school, they said because he's playful, he's too rebellious, so he's too stubborn, so they can't undo him anymore. If he sees a stranger, or if he no longer see his parents, he's going to he's going to sit up. So they now took him to a boarding school. At that boarding school, the child went through a lot. How did he went through a lot? He could not even tie the lace of his shoe. He could not make his own tie. He could not do anything by himself, and he was facing a whole lot of things. The boarding school teachers are actually mounting more pressure on him to do things by himself, which he can't do, because of that particular dyslexia that is still going through, which has not been identified. So they taught him how to tie the lace of his shoe, but if they teach him, he ties it the opposite way instead of tying it the right way it's supposed to be tied. They taught him how to knot his tie. Instead of him knotting it the right way, he knotted it the wrong way instead. So it kept happening, and they keep beating that child. Then the child totally went inside the shell. He could no longer do everything that he has been doing perfectly before, which include drawing and doing all sorts, painting. He can paint a whole grown-up human. He can do all sorts related to painting. So he was now withdrawing, and he stopped drawing until a particular teacher now came back. A particular teacher was transferred to that school. It was this particular teacher that identified his strengths. Then he now picked it up on himself to start teaching him one after the other, one after each other. Like, go and get juice for him. So he started teaching him at a point, started identifying the words and making him calm down. He showed him love. That's the first thing. The teacher showed him a lot of love. The teacher now started bringing his attention back into the drawing, because the teacher got close to him and saw that, okay, if this child does not know mathematics, this child does not know English, this child does not know any science subject, what does this child knew? What did he know? What is he good at? He must have a strength. He must have something he's good at. So the teacher decided to start studying him. So he went so far as going back to his house, to that boy's parent's house, and they showed him some things about the boy, his room. In his room, he had a lot of drawings, and he saw that this boy is a very perfect child for his artistic characters and his statistic strengths. And this teacher was like, if this child can't even read, at least he's good in this one. Why forcing him to read? Why forcing him to do things? Even if you want him to learn and read and write, you should do it gently with him, because he's having dyslexia. Look at the pattern of what he's writing. Look at the pattern. Everything is still the same for the past 5 years. He's writing opposite the way normal people write. So this is called dyslexia, because I was also once a dyslexia patient. That teacher was a dyslexia child as well. So he could identify that thing. So that's why we are calling parents. You need to identify the problem that is actually making your child do what they do. There is no child that wants to be tagged bad. There is no human, let me use it that way. There's no human that wants to be called bad. There's no human that wants to be said they just naturally want to be bad. What is making them rebellious? What is making them less active in where you want them to be active? These are things we should take cognizance of as parents. So to conclude the story, the guy was one that was showed him love and made him understand that you need to continue drawing. You need to continue showing your strength to the world, because the child has already given up on everything, that he is not good on anything. He is not good. He's useless. He's totally useless in this life, and he's no longer reading. He's no longer writing. He's no longer drawing. So the teacher had to bring him back to the attention of what he's good at. Then he trained him and encouraged him with words, encouraged him with so many things, and that was how he was able to go back into his strength and start doing his drawing and doing his strength. Then gradually start learning. Do you understand? So comparing children, it's a very terrible way of destroying their self-esteem. If you compare them, you are literally telling them that they are not good enough, or they are not even worthy of the person that they have. So it destroys their self-worth, it destroys their self-esteem, it destroys their it makes them become more rebellious or withdraw into their shell. It even makes them turn into something you might not even identify, like, why is my child behaving this way? So comparing a child is not a good one. So I'm here today to relate to parents, or to give parents this advice that you need to learn, you need to relearn. There are so many things that has gone wrong in our upbringing. Fine, while we were growing up, comparison is a very good thing. They believe when you compare a child to another child, the other child tends to sit up. The child will tend to sit up like, since this other guy is the one that is good, me too, I need to meet up to him. Then they will now start doing competition. That's where competition kickstarts. You see them competing to be a good child. Now they are no longer expressing themselves. They are trying to impress you. Doing that, they are not expressing. They are not doing their own strengths. They are just impressing you, and that is just like you are trying to they are trying to what do they call it? They are chasing this shadow. They're just chasing the shadow of who you want them to be, not who they themselves have to be. So we need to allow children express themselves. Child A is different from child B. Child B is different from child C. Everyone has their unique strengths, their unique ability, and their unique way of doing things, just like adults. So because one thing, yes, they believe they are just a thing that can be controlled, a thing that can they can decide for. Of course, you decide, you make some decision for them, but you should not be to the extent of it affecting their own self-worth, of it not making them to be able to be deceitful of their own self. They can't decide for themselves anymore. So this is a call for parents, like, you were groomed up in this certain way does not mean you have to groom your children in that certain way. The world is evolving. The world itself is evolving, and technology is in vogue. Many things are coming up now. Children need to be identified They need to identify who they are. They need to be able to speak. You don't kill their self-confidence at the very start of their life. You don't kill it, you build them up, you build their strengths. There are so many things online now that even children that are not even in school, this is not to encourage not going to school now. I'm just using it as an example. Children that are not even going to school, not in the university or anything, making money on social media. You go to TikTok, you see them do a lot of things. You see them play games. You see them identify their innate strengths, and they make a whole lot of money. So it's not just concentrating on one part of a child, that this is the only way the child will be successful. Let children be children. Let them be children, because it's a very short time. In a very short time, they will be an adult. An adulthood is stressful on its own. It's very stressful, and no adults can what? They can testify to this. We are trying to be very strong. So let them enjoy their childhood. Let them know that what it feels to be loved as a child. Let them understand that their parents want the good. They want good for them. They want something good for them. Let them know that they have a loving father or a loving mother, that they would what? In the nearest future, while they are grown, they will remember it, to even serve as a side legacy, aside the physical legacy you are giving to them, the side legacy that will be in their inner emotions, that my mom and my dad is so loving and they really, really, really love me. So one thing about that is, when a child is self-love, or when a child is loved at home, they tend not to what? Seek for love outside. Once they know you love them as a parent, their parent really love them, they don't go outside seeking for love. They already understand what love is from home, so they can identify when someone loves them and when someone does not really love them. So this is what we are here to talk about today, and I really appreciate everyone for standing by and staying true with me. So as parents, this is a call out to you. As a prospective parent, this is also a call out to you, that you should not compare children. Even if your children is doing good and you see someone trying to compare their own children, that why can't you do like this particular child, please stop them. Let them stop it. Let them not compare their child to your child. Their own child is also good. It's, in fact, it's something that is even terrible, because once they start comparing their own child to your child, that your child is better than their own child, that child is at risk, because people will tend to be jealous of that child. Why is it always this child that is being tagged good? They tend to be jealous of it. It's like you are even trying to what? Expose the child to the world itself. And this world, it's a little bit spiritual. I'll just say it that way. It's spiritual, and you will not want people to what? Start doing things that is not supposed to be done on your children. Protect your children. Don't let them compare their children to your children, and you also don't compare your children to other people's children. Every child is good in their own way. They are like stars. They are like stars in the sky. Like I said earlier, they are all good in their own way. They have their unique strengths. So this is what we are here to say today, and I really appreciate everyone for staying by and staying with me. Thank you for coming. Let me see the comment section. Okay. Yeah, we are unique in all our ways, in our different ways, just like adult as well. Thank you for staying by. Good evening. Good evening. You're welcome. Hi, everyone. You're welcome. Okay. Thank you. So that's just it about self-love, about comparison with children. We should not compare to one another, because parents tend to do this a lot. I remember while we were growing up, there is this woman in front of my mom's shop. She's always she has 2 kids, and I will be the one that they will be comparing to them, that why can't you do things like the other children over there? Why can't you do this? Why can't you do that? And those children over there, they have their own limit as well. How did I later discover? Because I was now always trying to look at what they do. And when I look at what they do, I want to do it that same way. I want to do it because I want to impress my own parents that, okay, I'm also good. I'm always trying to impress them. I'm always trying to do it the same way those children are doing. So when there was a day we went for junior WAEC, our junior WAEC then. So we went to the school. My school took us to the school of those two girls, those two children there. They took us there to what? Do the to write our junior WAEC. Yes, yes, I'm coming. Go and take your juice. So they took us to that school to write our junior WAEC. So while we got there, it was where I got there. We tend to now get, we knew ourselves from the same vicinity. We stayed together in that area. So going to their school gave us this little way of coming together to see each other. That's why I discovered that these children are not even close to me. Then they don't even know some subject I knew. They don't even know things I know. You understand? So they don't even know some things, but in the physical aspect, you tend to see them that, okay, maybe they know how to wash plates, they know how to do this, they know how to do some jobs, house chores. Why me? I am not having that much physical strength. So they are also lagging behind. This is what my mom, my parents was not seeing then. So they have their own shortcoming as well. It was when we now start getting close to each other, which is the child and myself, we started seeing some of our self-strength. They know that I'm better than them academically. They know that I'm stronger than them academically. They know that there are some things I'm good at more than them. But they always see me being tagged as she's not good enough. Why are you always like this? Why are you always like that? So those are the way most of our parents groom us up then. And it actually killed self-morale. It makes you start wondering, what are the things you can do? What are the things? You start seeking for validation. Are you sure I'm really good enough in doing this? Are you sure I'm really good enough the way I am supposed to be good enough? And that's where lack of self-worth starts coming in. You start seeing people not having this self-worth for themselves. They can't even present themselves to the general public, like, okay, I do this and I do this and this is the way I do this, selling yourself to the audience that this is what you're good at. Yeah, that particular thing really affected me till I enter higher institution. When I want to defend my project, I tend to stammer a lot. I stammer, and I am not stammering on a normal day. I don't stammer, but I tend to start stammering and doing all sorts. And before you know, I will be ashamed and I will miss my points. I could not stand in defending my project despite being good. I'm very good. I'm an A1 student. So, oh my God, please excuse me. What happened? Excuse me. Bye for now. I think I will have to stop here. Bye everyone.